Do the thing. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creative Jams, our third episode. Thank you for tuning in on your Saturday. I know Alessandra might be streaming now, so if you're over there, say hello, and we'll see you guys when she's done. But I have a very exciting episode today. I'm going to be working with the lovely Jane Bradbury today, and we're going to be drawing and talking about art and just kind of having a really good time. So I'm just going to bring her on. So here we go. Jane, welcome to the stream. How are you today?
Thank you, welcome. And would you believe that the washing machine is in spin mode and is taking off in the kitchen?
Without fail.
I said, will it be finished? And he said, yes, it'll be finished.
So, without fail.
Finished very shortly. I apologise.
Don't worry.
Men, it's great to work, even though I'm nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous.
As we were talking.
You'll be just fine. I think this is going to be so much fun. So we're working live, and that's without fail. The kids are always really quiet when I'm out in the park until I start streaming, and then it's just a hoopla.
It's terrible. Terrible. Never mind.
Oh my goodness. So do you want to maybe introduce yourself a little bit, or do you want to just get into the art and we can just chat?
No, I could introduce myself. I tend to think that most people already know who I am, but I suppose that's not necessarily true. Because my name, Jane Bradbury, is not that uncommon, I stick the in front of it to make myself sound more important. So you can actually find me around the internet as the Jane Bradbury. Although, to be fair, Instagram and Facebook, I don't really hang out there. I've got a TikTok, but I don't go on that very much either. And I've also got a YouTube channel, but I haven't done much on there either. But I have been doing live streams on Twitch. So what do I do? Well, I don't know. I started actually as a cross-stitch designer.
Awesome.
With pencil and graph paper back in the mid-1990s. And before that, I'd dabbled in all sorts. My mum used to knit and crochet and tat a lot. And tatting is a bit like lace making in that you use bobbins, but it isn't like lace making. It's slightly different. I suppose you'd almost call it the poor man's lace making. So we've always been creative, but I was never good with my hands for those sort of things. So it was cross stitch that was my thing that I started. So I did it with pencil and paper. When I got married, and I'd had a computer for about 8-10 years by then, I started designing on the computer, and that was brilliant. I loved it. But then, a few years into that, I had to give that up because not the designing, I could have carried on, but I couldn't stitch anymore because I'd worn the thumb joint out on my hand. Not from the stitching, I think it was the driving that did that. But I couldn't still design because it just felt wrong. And so for about 6 months, maybe a year, I was absolutely distraught, didn't know what to do. And then I stumbled upon digital scrapbooking.
Oh, cool.
Which was basically scrapbooking, but all on a computer. And I was really into making things as in making digital versions of paper clips and plastic brads or flowers that look like flowers, and you did all fancy things with your photos and God knows what. So that's where I started with a program called Paint Shop Pro. Wow. And then in 2018, after I'd done all this, done tutorials, taught people, and everything, I got fed up with Paint Shop Pro because they kept sticking adverts everywhere, even though you got a paid version. You were trying to pick a brush, and it was trying to sell you a pack of brushes, and I got annoyed by that.
That's frustrating.
So in 2018, I switched to Photoshop and wondered why I'd never done it sooner. Because it was, I thought of it like going from driving a little Mini to then moving up to a Rolls Royce. That's how it felt to me. Things just work in Photoshop. So I did that for about a year. And then in 2019, I was intrigued by Adobe Illustrator. And I really fancied it. So for my birthday, which would be the 2020, because my birthday's in New Year's Day, my husband let me have a Creative Cloud All Apps subscription.
Ooh.
So that's Illustrator. And then, of course, we all know what happened in 2020. We had the pandemic, didn't we? Now, I'd opened Illustrator before Christmas when I'd got it, and it frightened me silly. I thought, oh no, this is awful, and I've got no idea. And then we had the pandemic, and so I decided that my 100-day project, most people know about that, where you have this thing that you do for 100 days.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm going to learn Illustrator.
Love it.
So I did. I taught myself Illustrator in 2020.
Amazing.
Never known a thing about it. I didn't manage 100 straight days doing it every day. I only managed 30. But Illustrator's probably, I can't decide if it's my favourite or if Photoshop still holds that. They're very, very equal.
Yeah.
Very, very equal.
I
And I just like making stuff. You know, my problem is I'm not like you. I wouldn't call myself an artist like you are, where you can just draw.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad, he can just draw. I can't just draw. I have to have something to follow. I can't just sketch either. I'm no good at making my own sketches. I have to, even for a sketch, have a reference that I can start to get the lines. I'm not natural in that sense. But I can pull together some interesting pieces that I'm proud of.
Good.
And I just like to do it. So, and the one other thing that I am very good at is explaining to other people how to do stuff.
That's perfect.
So that's what I try and do. So when I do the live streams, it's not just about me learning how to use Illustrator or whatever. I try to make sure that there's something in there. If there's somebody who might be new to it who could learn how to use it. The other one, the YouTube channel, was based around Adobe Express. I was doing really short videos.
Right.
Because the thing with Adobe Express, people want to know, how do I do this? And they don't want to watch a 20-minute video for the one little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I'm going to come up with no faff, because I'm British, no faff tutorials.
Right.
And surprisingly, it is as hard to do an under 3 or 4 minute video on a single feature as it is to do a 2-hour live stream. If anything, I think it's harder.
I bet.
I was doing those last year until I got a bit ill towards the end of summer. But then they've been iterating so fast with Adobe Express recently that every time I opened it, it changed.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'm not spending a week to do a 3-minute video that when somebody comes along tomorrow and opens the program, that button that I've just described has now moved somewhere else.
That's fair, yeah.
So all the ones I did last year are actually, quite a lot of them are already out of date. I'm sort of waiting for them to stop doing that. And maybe I'll do some more videos, but it's a lot of effort for, not a lot otherwise.
Right. For such a fast-changing thing, I find the same thing. I'm in Express maybe once a week or so, or once every 2 weeks lately, and yeah, same thing. It's almost different every time I load it. So
I opened it today, and I'm thinking, there's something different about this, but I don't know what it is, and I haven't got time to find out now, so I'm closing it again. I mean, it's a great program, Adobe Express. In fact, it's almost a fully fledged graphic program in its own right. You could probably get away without needing anything else if you didn't want too much control, so to speak. And I do like it, but it was just a nightmare. So I need to sort out what I'm doing with the YouTube channel. But I stream here like you do on Twitch. I just don't multi-stream to other channels because I'm not that clever.
Oh, we can get you sorted there. It's okay. I just want to make sure to cover all my audiences to make sure everybody's covered. So yes, I think Jane's links should be below in the chat, in the description of the video. So for her YouTube, her Twitch, as well as her website. So definitely go check those out because yeah, and if you feel up to it or feel like something you could do, I would love to see some of your like cross stitch stuff at some point down the line, because that's how I kind of started some of my creative stuff. My mom was a cross stitcher and my aunt was a cross stitcher, and we all kind of learned how to do that. I have a huge Monopoly board, which is my longest work in progress. It's almost done. I have like 5 squares to do.
I haven't got much of the work I stitched because most of what I did, I sold because it was a little business, and I was quite slow compared. I've got all my mum and dad's since, because they died, so of course I've got them all here
right
now. I think there's only perhaps 2 pieces of mine that I've got that I stitched, and it's still bittersweet because it was so traumatic when I had to. It was literally one day I could stitch, the next day I couldn't, and it was just
frustrating.
Oh, it was horrendous.
That's awful.
So, and I suppose now actually, because I do all the art and stuff, I've got more of my own art actually in the house. Like behind me, you can see the toucans on the table.
I love it.
They're printed with something called it's free photo tiles. They're on sort of plastic, I think.
Okay.
And I really like them because they're lightweight.
Yes.
And they're cheap. You can have one for the cost of postage a month.
Oh, cool.
And then the one that's got a bit of a reflection on it that's white, that's another one of mine, which is some flowers in a tin thing.
I love that.
Catherine likes those. Catherine is my friend who comes. I don't know if she's watching. I sent her the links to Facebook and YouTube.
If you're here, Catherine, say hello.
She likes my art. She likes to see what I've been up to.
That's amazing. I love that. So now that I know that you were a digital scrapbooker, your kind of art style makes a lot more, like it makes more sense to me now. Not that it didn't make sense before, but you usually kind of do like those smaller kind of like graphics or something, like especially for your streams, the amazing streams. She made the border that's around her little video, everybody, like just before we were streaming on last Friday. Like she does these great little like animations and things, but it does make like coming from a scrapbook style, because I used to like not digital scrapbook but like physically scrapbook, so it comes with this little like you have to be very efficient with your space, so you do really well with that kind of thing as well. So that's I see where that comes from now, which is so fun.
And my love of putting lots and lots of things on top of each other.
Yeah, layering.
And messing around with how they look and blend modes. I mean, that's why I can't really choose between Illustrator and Photoshop. I could work in Illustrator for a month because I love clean vectors, and even vector brushes that have got texture. But then I'll need to go to Photoshop. I've got to, at some stage, play with a mask or a brush or texture, or just do something really wacky. Like that social thing you sent out that's got the portrait of me.
Yeah.
That is the Photoshop thing. It was a file that I got this last week, actually. That is just a load of effects in a file as a template, and you just apply them to your artwork. and I loved it. It's absolutely brilliant. I've got a whole set of those.
That's
I've got
amazing.
that one called Entropy, and I've got one for street art, and I've got one for Moody or something, and they're brilliant. Like instant art that even I can make myself look good.
I love it so much. You sent that photo because I think that's the one you use on our like Behance group stream project, right? As well, and just it's so much fun. I'm like, I want to make something cool like that. That's so fun.
That one is called, oh, what's it called? Tune something. Oh, I've got it somewhere. It's a free action
Fun.
that you. I'll show you where to get. I can't remember offhand where to get it. But it's a free action for Photoshop. And again, you just need a photo that you've taken the background off, and you plonk it in, and you press play, and then you can just fiddle with all the backgrounds after.
I love it. See that
It's
kind of
called.
fiddly work.
Sorry, I've got this stupid tooth thing in, and I can't talk with it. It's called cheating, basically.
Okay. I'll have to take a look for it because that's super fun. I like to fiddle with stuff like that every now and again. Not necessarily start from scratch, but like kind of a little fiddle around. Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So maybe I'll have to hunt it down and give it a shot because
I'll find it, and you can always showcase it then. I'll find it, and there you have it. I can't. I mean, I know where I've saved it, but if I can tell you the place that I got it, I can make sure it's still. But it was from Creative Club. You know when they do those discovery emails every now and then, and they send you free stuff.
Okay,
it was from them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I love that. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to switch us over to the art, but we can keep talking. Our video will still all be here. I'll just switch over, make sure everything's running okay there.
Well, on the screen, I've put my website in case people wanted to look at it. I could play you my stuff I've made video.
Go for it. Yes, that'd be great.
It hasn't got any music. I don't think it has. So, are you ready?
Let's go.
Let me press play, and I'll put it full screen.
Perfect. Can everybody hear it? I love it.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I should make a demo reel. I haven't done one in years. That's gorgeous.
That was all done in Adobe Express.
Oh, that's good. My next question is what you put it together in. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was all done in Adobe Express. Why have I got an echo?
Do you have it? Okay. We have in the stream. Do you guys hear an echo on the stream? We have Alessandro, we have Oliver here, Uma's here, Penny just showed up. Everybody's here. If you guys hear an echo, let us know, okay? Because we're just kind of sorting out our tech here. I don't have one on my end, but that does not mean everybody else doesn't have one. So let's make sure. Oh, wait.
I'll try speaking quieter. I was perhaps too excited.
It's an exciting time, Jane.
Let's have a look at work then. So work, I thought we said we'd show this one. This is the card I've done with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jack of Hearts.
Yes, Jack of Hearts. This is what Jane came up with, everybody. Look at this fabulous thing. It's beautiful. I love all these flowers. You're right, there was a flower in the top corner. I missed it. Yeah, the heart's perfect.
I like yours too, though.
Oh, thank you.
You see, you can whiz yours around. I can turn mine around, I think, but I got in a mess when I tried it.
Oh, there you go.
Then I've got to scroll down. There's yours.
Thank
See, I
you.
love the detail on yours and the bird skeleton. I mean, how did you do a bird skeleton?
So that was like a whim decision. We were talking on Friday when we were doing our test about how different ideas kind of sometimes they kind of take on a life of their own. And this one, I was like, I wanted a pirate woman in this on the scene. That's what I wanted to do. And then when I was drawing the sketch, that space was kind of empty, and I thought, oh, a parrot would be really great. And I have no idea where the idea came from. But I was like, oh, it should be a skeleton. So I actually Googled paraskeletons, and they actually have some excellent references. I didn't think I was going to get anything, but like Google had some really good image references for it. So I went with the skeleton instead of just a normal parrot for that one. So that was a whim decision. I think I was on a live stream when I did that one. So fun.
Mine, I did have. Oh, how do I reset the view? Oh,
Did
God,
you?
I've forgotten how to do it. View. Where's the view reset? Reset, rotate view. Oh,
Did you rotate
yeah,
the
that's right.
artboard itself? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I've got it. So I didn't know what I was going to do with mine. Mine's, I think, a mixture of. I think I got the actual girl and the idea of a drawing on a tablet from a video. I stopped, it was this free stock video, and I stopped it and screen grabbed the bit that I wanted. And the other thing behind was, I think I used Firefly to just generate abstract flowers.
Nice.
And then it gave me really complicated ones, which I didn't want, but I could pull out the shapes, and then that's how I built that one. I didn't like it, but you said it was all right, but I'm still not sure whether I like it.
I think it's gorgeous. It's so much fun. But no, I think it's great. I like all the flowers and everything in it. It's got lots of depth to it. It's so fun. I love it. Would you be comfortable sharing the one that you did for Dan's card?
The one for Dan's card. Now, this one I am proud of.
Because I love this so much.
This is quite a concoction, even for me. I saw when I was randomly trying to find an idea on Adobe Stock, I saw this picture of a pencil, a sort of battered pencil, standing upright in some grassland, and it had like a branch coming off it, and a bird sat on it. And there was just something so haunting about that image. If I could have got away with it, I'd just ripped that off and used that because I loved it. But when I I think that was in one of the paid things though, it says, and see more from our collections. So it wasn't in the free bit. But when I clicked to go and find who had done it and have a closer look, so I could only see a little thumbnail.
Right.
It didn't come up again. And I've not been able to find it since.
No.
But it gave me the idea of pencils growing in a landscape. Then I had the idea of, well, it wasn't supposed to necessarily be a cartoon boy, but I went for a cartoon boy picking up a pencil out. So I went to Firefly and got that. I don't know if I've still got the original somewhere. I probably have. I think it's in the original file. But then I thought, right, he's not just picking it up. It's either grown enough that he's pulling it up to use it, or he's planting one. So you can make your mind up here. So that's why we've got the other 3 pencils planted. Then the background I did again from Firefly, and just ran something about hills and houses with pencils, I think. The houses in that weren't actually pencils. It was when I was drawing it, I thought, well, the houses should be pencils too.
I love it.
And so that's where it all came from. And in the end, it all came together. And I was surprised because I had no idea last weekend what I was going to do.
Yeah, and sometimes an idea will just grab you like that.
Nice
right? It's wonderful. This is so great. These are both amazing. Like what you did for both of these cards. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. They look so good.
I have enjoyed it. It's just ideas. It's like we were talking before about I'm not very good at ideas sometimes. I don't know where these two came from, but they did. So that's something.
Where do any of our
I'm just,
ideas come from?
I was reading the chat in Twitch. Thank you
Yep.
very much, Penny and Alessandra and Lee. Thank you. I do like it. So I thought we could either talk and I could pretend to colour this with live paint,
Yep.
haha.
Yep.
Or I can watch you colour instead.
we have both our screens going. So what we kind of thought, if we were going to color, we could show different ways that people. Penny says, "I want to live in pencil land." I love it. Like we could each color because you're an illustrator on the desktop, yes?
Yes,
And
I can't use tablets, so yeah, I'm a desktop person.
perfect. And then I actually prefer Illustrator on the desktop, to be honest. I've been using Illustrator on the iPad a little bit, but I'm a shortcuts person when I'm an illustrator, so I need the keyboard over the tablet.
It doesn't happen, does it?
Yeah, it's just like
No,
I'm sure there's like shortcuts and things I could probably learn if I sat in it long enough, but that's where Fresco comes in for me. So I would be coloring today. I'm on Fresco on the iPad, like my usual setup. So we could show different techniques if people want to see different coloring things, and we can just have a chat while we do that if you want. Until we want to do something else.
Think that Fresco, I mean, I'd love to be able to use Fresco more, but it doesn't work as well on a PC.
I haven't tried.
It was better when it first came out. It's not as good now. Like with the brushes, you can't see a cursor. So if you finish a line, it's really difficult to line it up to start a line again.
Oh.
So it's difficult to do, you know, like when you've zoomed in because you want to see what you're doing.
Right.
You can't then, you have to guess where your line is. It makes it a bit awkward for being accurate. So that put me off.
I would think so.
I remember last year doing some strains on Behance with Fresco, and I thought I could get used to it and I'd like it. But then for some reason, I lost the pressure sensitivity. It didn't like it on a Wacom tablet. And no matter what I do, I can't get it to do it with an X Pen tablet either. I've tried everything, it just doesn't like pressure sensitivity. And so, to be honest, I'd go to Photoshop or Illustrator before I'd use Fresco.
That makes sense.
But on the iPad, it looks fabulous, and I really wish I could.
Yeah, I think it lends better to, and I've only used it on the iPad because I have a Mac, so they don't have a desktop version for the Mac yet, I don't think, for Fresco. But I think it just lends better to being like drawing. Like if I didn't have the Apple Pencil or one of my styluses that I have, I think that I would be more frustrated with it. But I think it lends better to be like a drawing app, whereas like Photoshop and Illustrator, I will default to my desktop because I learned them both that way. First off, like that's how like tablets weren't a thing when I was learning the software. But I think I would default. Like I said, I'm a shortcuts person, so I like to click away at the keyboard while I'm working and have the mouse control for some things and that. So
I would actually. Penny says, wow, Illustrator on an iPad. Apparently it's supposed to be fairly good. As is, I think, Photoshop on an iPad. That's not supposed to be bad, is it?
I've heard good things. I haven't been in it too much, but I've heard good things too, yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
people say if you keep at it, a Wacom gets to feel more natural, but I only have so many hours in a day. I know, Penny, yeah. Mm-hmm. It does become more natural. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's easier for me because it's the only thing I've ever done. I've never tried an iPad tablet because I know I couldn't do it.
Right.
So I haven't ever found it unnatural to draw. You know, so if I got mine out now, I could draw. I think for me the problem more is the control, because oddly I use the mouse with my left hand, but I'm actually right-handed.
Oh, okay.
So when I do it with the the graphic tablet, I use my right hand, and oddly, I do have slightly less control. Maybe because I don't do it as much, but I can understand it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But in the end, do whichever you can get the work done best and which you enjoy. So, one thing I have found is because I can't keep sitting in the same position, is that I'll do some with the mouse, and then when my hand starts hurting, okay, now I'll use the
Switch over.
graphic tablet.
I love that. Yeah, I did use a Wacom tablet when I was in school because we didn't have like iPads weren't a thing yet, but we it changed a lot of things, especially for drawing stuff in Photoshop. Mostly Photoshop is what I used it for, but it does feel more natural to a sketching kind of process for me. And then when I went back to a mouse, people were saying it's like drawing with a bar of soap for like drawing things. Like I prefer to use my mouse for Illustrator if I'm doing like a logo or anything because it gets me more accurate. I can do the snapping and have a little more control there. But the Wacom, like I still have mine here. I love it so much for like it changed my Photoshop for sure. I was so frustrated with Photoshop for so long because I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do, and then I got the Wacom tablet and it clicked really nicely. So it's a great tool
Well,
if you feel comfortable with it.
if you've got an iPad, Penny, that's fine. Use that. I would if I knew I could do it, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. And the main reason for me is the thing that I watch you doing, Erin, and that's the way you can rotate your paper, your page.
Right.
You can zoom in and out because you've got the hand, the finger
Right.
movement. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh shoot.
Not in a month of Sundays. And that is what makes the iPad so good. You need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I can't. You know, so no matter how much I hang my nose in envy and think, if I had an iPad, I could draw like that. No, I couldn't. And I know I couldn't.
And you don't want to be frustrated. You want it to be fun. Illustrating is supposed to be fun. Or creating, whatever you're doing. So I don't want you to be frustrated doing it. But yeah, that is a game changer for me. Is the changing of the artboards, the switching it around in and out, and I have to be careful because I feel like I'm going to give everybody on my stream like motion sickness because sometimes it gets out of control. Because I know I'm going to do it, but you don't know I'm going to do it, so it's just like motion sickness.
All the time. I don't even think about it, to be honest. My poor viewers must be seasick. One thing I was going to say is, we ought to say that these pages, we don't actually have to colour them, do we? Because these are going in a colouring book. Isn't that right?
There's going to be a coloring plan, yeah. So the intent is coloring pages, yes. So that it's just vector line art is all we're asking for the face cards themselves. So as is right now, these are all perfect. But I do know that we've been talking about people wanting to color as well, and in the end. And I hadn't even thought of. It seems really silly because I color all of my own pieces. I haven't thought of coloring pages on my iPad before. It should be natural. It should be a natural progression. But then Dan was doing it on one of his streams. I'm like, duh. I could just use the pencil tool in Fresco and be like coloring digitally because I love my traditional pieces and working my markers. I just had them all spread out all over my living room recently. My markers were everywhere. But like, it's messy. Or I can't do it at work or like on my lunch break or something. So that's what the iPad's for. But now I can color on my lunch break. It's perfect.
So the fact that we're colouring this is really just for our own fun. So I think as soon as we've basically talked for 35 minutes and done nothing, that we ought to look like we're going to colour this. So I'm going to be doing live paint. I'm going to try that with mine because it's outlines.
Okay.
But as a rule, there's all sorts of ways I'd colour this. I could either do it with shapes. The other thing that I have been known to do is, even when I've got an outline, is make a layer underneath of just a blank layer, and then literally draw in my shapes in the colour underneath.
Oh, cool.
Again, mainly because that gives me the practice of drawing the shapes again.
Perfect.
Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. You know, if you feel you need practice, like I do, it's also, it can be a mindless thing because all you're doing is picking colours. So you can talk.
Yes.
Or you can listen to a book, or you can listen to music, and it's comforting.
Yes. So soothing, like a therapy
Isn't it?
almost. Yeah, I completely agree. So, go ahead.
Now, I was going to say, for live paint, I have actually said on my layers, I've already made this, it says for live paint. And at the moment, it's in black outline, but I don't know that I want it in a harsh black outline. But because I'm always bothered that I might mess up my work, I'm going to make a copy. Because I always panic because I've done it so often. I thought, oh, I'll just do this, and I've ruined it, and then you can't go back. So I'm going to make a copy of it, and then I can change the stroke colour to something dark, but not so dark. And the other thing I'll do, Control H, to hide all the anchor points so that you can actually see the design.
That's a good one.
So then I've got to decide what colour I actually want the strokes to be. And am I supposed to do it first before live paint? You know, I don't know. I've never done it.
Do the stroke first?
I'll do it. Who cares?
Let's
It'll either be wrong or not.
I love
so
it.
What I might go for whatever this colour is. It hasn't got a name. It's just dark. But I quite like it. Oh, I've done it again. Oh, undo. Your swatch colour's got to be at the front when you do that. I don't know if that's changed anything. It doesn't look like it. Has it worked? Oh, yes, it has.
Oh, it must have, yeah.
Well, that's quite nice, though. A dark red.
There you go.
I won't go with all the greens.
We do like you could do a dark green or a dark purple or something. There you go.
Yeah, that's sort of a darkish browny purple. I think I might do that.
That's awesome.
Well, let's try it.
It's funny with with outlines and stuff. I found that outlines really helped my pieces to kind of be finished because I always felt like not putting an outline got in the way. But I was always using black outlines, which worked for the style I was doing. But yeah, doing a colored outline has been something I've tried in a few of my other pieces, and it's nice. It gives you that structure, but also like it's not so harsh when it's not fully black.
One of the things I learned in digital scrapbooking is never make the shadows dark from black. You make them from a dark grey, or depending on what your shadow is going on to, you make it a darker colour of the thing that is the shadows going on to. So for instance, if you've got a mug on a table and the table's got a blue cover, you make it a dark blue shadow. You never use black. And funnily enough, I did it at the very beginning, of course, because I didn't know better.
Mm-hmm.
But once I've learned, you can see the difference between a cold black shadow and one where you've either used a bit more red or a bit more blue, and it isn't absolutely black. It really does make a difference.
It does. Like I know working through some of my stained glass pieces last year, like the past couple years, even just some of my just main pieces while I was learning fresco, there's a couple where I did it and I was using the same kind of grayish brown shadow the whole time. And some of them came out really flat and I was getting super frustrated because I couldn't figure out what was going on. But it was because I was using a dull shadow on the whole thing rather than varying my shadows through the different, like the colors I was using for the shadows across the thing. So that's huge. So like the color theory and everything. This is while I was learning fresco. Wait, what's happening? I can hear myself.
That was me.
Okay, I was like, what did I click? As I did hit my keyboard when I was doing this. So
no, that was me being stupid. Sorry.
Not one worry at all. I just want to make sure we were all still alive. So for mine, I'm going to be in a fresco doing some coloring, and I'm going to be using some of the live watercolor brushes, but then also some of the pencil crayon ones as well, just building up a small section of this here instead. So just showing two different kind of coloring techniques that people can use with different tools and things.
And see, that was one thing I always had trouble with, was the mixing of, like, you're going to use watercolour and then some of the other pencil brushes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I had to do, in my head, it either had to be all watercolour or all texture brushes or all vector. It took me quite a long time, and I think only this last year where I would use a mixture.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny because my brain has a very strong like digital to traditional kind of focus. And so it's been a very odd transition for me. Like even I've been doing fresco I also learned it in the pandemic. So I've been using fresco for 4 years or so. But then I'm just like, of course I can apply something that I would do traditionally. So traditionally I would throw down some markers, maybe top with a little pencil crayon for some highlights and things. Doing a painting, I'd throw in some different stuff. I'd mix media quite a bit. But in digital, I was the same way. Like it has to only be watercolor or it has to only be this. And like, but your traditional work mixed media, this can mix media too. So it's a very harsh line that my brain has. And I'm just also just kind of like remembering like you can do whatever you want. It feels limited on digital, but it's really not. So
The thing is, once I got past it, I mean, in digital scrapbooking, I would do all sorts and it wouldn't bother me.
mm-hmm.
But with art, I don't know, it all had to be one.
That's so funny.
So with a live paint, you get a live paint bucket, okay, but you've got to have closed lines and shapes, which is why this one works. And then you can just click and drop a colour. And I can't do it that easily, which is why I'm using the swatches panel. But you can pick the colour. You've got 3 always on your bucket. And you can, oh, hang on, I've lost them. Right. If you use the sideways, why is that not working? You're supposed to be able to use the arrow to go between them. It's supposed to scroll along them. But for some reason, it's not working on my Illustrator, which is most peculiar. But you're supposed to be able to do that.
It knows we're streaming
Do you
and
have
watching it.
another key? No, that's not it. Oh, how bizarre is that? I felt sure you were able to. Oh, hang on, it might be me. Let me try another key. No? Oh, yes, it is. That goes up and down. Right, so that's changing, going down. So why isn't it going side? Oh, it is now. There you go.
Cool.
So you can use your keyboard arrows to scroll. So if you better with your hands, you don't even have to click in the swatches panel.
That's
which is
awesome.
brilliant. But I can't manage that, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We want another green, so they're starting off pale because they're at the back. At least that's mine. Isn't that the way it's supposed to work?
Yes.
But
more detailed towards the front.
Actually, I'll just do it any old now. Right, we need another one. What's this one? This one's a bit darker. Oh, quite like that. We'll have that one behind there. Don't know what colour there. Let's have a darker green. No. Let's have the darker green behind the pencils. There. And let's have this behind the pencils be darker. And let's change onto another green. Are you like me? Do you spend ages trying to pick colours?
Oh, well, see, that was always a challenge for me. Colors have always been, because I would do the same thing, pick all these colors, and then find out at the end of a piece that my red was too ashy or something, and colors were always so frustrating for me. So that's when I got to the kind of paper pattern stuff that I've been using. Why is this not working? That I, oh, there we go, save. That it kind of limited my palette for me, helping me with that because I was, spending so much time picking colors. and then getting frustrated when I picked the wrong ones in the end. So that's why I like the swatches and the palettes that can be created. There we go. Everything is
Sounds better.
There we go. It's fun that you can switch between the colors. I've never used the live paint in Illustrator before, so it's fun you can switch between those colors without like going to select a new one. Like, because efficiencies. I want to keep going. I don't want to have to stop.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hang on. No, I thought also there was a way to do it with your mouse wheel, but I must be wrong. But because I can't use it like that, I haven't actually retained that information.
That's fair. If you don't use it, it's not going to stick. So I find with a lot of things, like I want to sit down and learn animation in Fresco, but just watching it on a stream, it's not going to stick. I have to be doing it for it to maintain.
Oh, that's nice and bright. Now we need to think. Let's do that there. Then what's this one like? I see here, for some reason, I can't fill that spot in because there's no line at the side.
So there's
So
no shape.
Won't let me fill, so I'll have to come back and do that after. Oh, that's a bit right. Let's make that go here. And let's go for that one there. Oh, and then I know why. Because I've been messing with the arrows and it moved the design, I think. That's what I've done. So my lines aren't lining up at the bottom. Never mind, I'll sort it out after. So then we need some more colours. I think that's what I've done.
That's me. Sorry, I made the echo. I'm sorry.
That wasn't me.
That was me.
Let's pick that there. And then let's do. Let's do another green. Want a nice green for the front.
Oops.
Like that. And let's get another one. No, actually, I'm thinking we should have that there. And that there. And then we will change. Right. I don't know, actually, no, I can't, can I? Don't think you can do that. Right, so we'll leave it like that for a minute. I'm talking to myself again. Let's do some of these pencils. And what colour pencil shall we have, people? Do you fancy let's have a, oh, hell, edit. I forgot I was supposed to be in the live paint bucket. You silly girl. Why did that happen?
Did it switch to something else?
Me clicking the wrong thing.
Ugh.
So I'm going to do, I know you can't see that, so I actually think against the green, we need a really big colour. So let's go for pink. Oh.
So we have a question. It says, is the card Jane's coloring the other side of your pirate card? Not this specific one. This is the other side of one of Dan's cards. The piece, actually, I will zoom out on mine because I have it here. This one is the other side of my card here. Let's get this all out of the way here. This is the drawing that she did on my side of the card. So we're going to get that one ready and launched to go. But the one that Jane's currently working on is the other side of another card she did for Dan. Jane is doing 2 cards for us, which is amazing. part of the group. She was so excited.
The fun man.
You're so excited, and I love it.
Let's put in those for that. And then for the actual colour, I can't remember what colour that was that I did there. Is it that one?
So fun.
Oh well, no, it wasn't. So was it this one?
Yes.
No, it wasn't that one either. That's the one. There we
There we
go.
go. Oh my gosh. It's so bright and gorgeous. I love it.
Now let's do. What are the colours? Well, God, what? There's loads of colours, Jane. Come on, it's not that hard. Orange.
What kind of colors of pencils do you guys want to see? Put them in the chat. We will get some pencils out here.
Yeah, tell me what I should do. Orange. Let's use that one. Orange. Orange. Orange.
Oh
Favourite
my gosh.
colours.
So
We could do purple, couldn't we? What sort of purple? Let's try a purple colour. Purple? Oh, that's nice.
yes.
Purple.
I want to color with that pencil.
And with a lighter purple in it. And then these bushes, we need to put a colour on those.
Okay.
And we'll make them.
No.
Let's try a dark green for that one. And do a dark green for that one. And we want another green. Oh, let's make it sort of beigey colour. And a beigey colour. Then let's zoom out. Sorry, I'm talking as if I'm the only one here.
It's all good. Walking through the process. I love it. So for on mine, I just something I just kind of, again, I've used before, but just kind of didn't occur to me to use on the watercolor live prep brushes. You can set, if you have line art, I have vector line art here, so I've set my main line art layer here as a reference layer. You can do that through here. So I have release reference here. You just do set reference layer. And then what you can do when you have your brush selected, you can select the second icon, the little blue one in the corner there. That'll consider the lines for you. So when you're filling the watercolor, you can do the watercolor and it will all blend together and have all the other colors and stuff. Or I usually use a pile of layers and then start erasing stuff away. But this way, instead of having to do that, it'll consider those lines for us. So if I go start doing the crab here and I go up on the line art, as long as I'm inside one of the shapes, it'll do its watercolor effects but stay within the lines that I've created. So it won't, it'll give me that cool watercolor effect that I want, but it won't go outside of the lines. Again, assuming it's a full shape. Like her lip down here has a scar, so that's why when I drew it, it went all into her face. But you can just kind of use that space so you get that cool watercolor effect, but just within, oh, that's not a complete shape, that's why. So that's kind of a cool thing. Then I can just use all of it in one layer rather than worry about the colors bleeding into one another, which is kind of fun. So now I'm going to pencil crayon some more. What's the matter, great pants? Alessandra says she loves the colors so far. So they're so nice and bright. I love it.
I like yours, and you get a lot more done quickly than I do.
Oh, you're almost done.
Right.
You've got all those colors there. That I do like the watercolor brushes for that. They can kind of cover quite a bit of an area in some time, which is a lot of fun. And then now I'm just using the pencil brush, which I use for my sketches all the time at my base of my fresco pieces. And it just occurred to me recently to use it not black, and I could just use it like a pencil crayon. Again, very unnecessarily delayed reaction on that one for sure. You want to play? Come here. You want to be on stream too? Come here. Where's Mucho? What? You gonna color with us? There we go. Because, yeah, I do find, like you, Jane, like the building of the piece is kind of like the more focus required part of it. And then if you have a plan for the coloring, just like what you're doing or what I'm doing, this is the more relaxing part, I find. The soothing part.
There isn't a plan with this at all, you know. This is just, just stick this in and see what it looks like.
Yes. That's my favorite kind of coloring.
I don't like that. I'm going to try that one. That's a bit better for that bit. Now, what colour house shall we do? It's another, actually, because it's in the background, we have blue this time. Because that would actually, as if it's pointing up at the sky. So it's going to live in a blue house. Who lives in a blue house? Now I sound like Lloyd Grossman, who lives here. Blue's not different enough. Let's try a lighter one. So, goes there. There. Right. That's wrong there, so I'm not going to need to go and change that. But that'll do. And we'll give it a... We'll give it a blue round the door and round the windows. Oh, now then, windows. What colour? Look at this sort of bluey grey colour. Oh, that's brilliant. Well done,
look at that. Nicely done.
I like that. Now, what colour door? I think it should have a door that's completely different colour. How about a pink door?
Fun.
That's not right.
So fun.
This pink. Oh.
So fun.
I live in a house with a pink door.
There you go. Now I want to paint my door pink. That would be amazing. I love it.
Let's do the boy, shall I? Let's see if I can do him. Right. First of all, he's going to have blue eyes, isn't he? Don't you think? Oh, should we give him? Yeah, I'll give him. Oh, I've done it again. It's because I keep changing to the zoom tool.
Oh.
Right. He's going to have blue eyes, I've decided.
Excellent choice.
Blue eyes. And blonde hair.
Let's see. Too big.
You lied. You said the washing machine wouldn't be spinning by the time I was on. And what was it doing just as we went on? I've told everybody. You're in the doghouse there. The doghouse.
It's okay, Ian. We still like you.
Right. That's nice. So do you think that's a bit too pale? Should we give him brown hair instead? I don't know.
What's everybody think?
That's awful.
That's a little grayed out.
Not that colour. No. I think maybe that's alright. Yellow hair?
Sure. You can see what the sky looks like. If you don't go too light on the sky, it won't fade away.
Yeah, we'll do that then. And right. He is going to wear, he's a boy, isn't he? So he's got to wear either a red shirt or a blue shirt.
All right.
Let's not give him, let's give him blue trousers. And we need a red shirt. Oddly, in my colour palette, there isn't any red. Well, there's that one, but we need a different, that's brick red, we don't want that. So, let's change it. So, I want more orangey reds. Go over to this sort of red, I think. Pinky red, like that. Red shirt.
Nice.
And then it needs a border. So what would go with that colour guide? They're a bit awful. According to that, sort of mucky green. Don't like any of those. What other one have I got? Let's have a look at complementary.
Like a light yellow or something.
And just make it a lighter colour or a darker colour. Let's go for a darker colour for the border around his neck.
Nice.
That's all right.
I like it.
And then you sort of got a bibby thing on. So what colour are we going to make that?
Oops, that's what I wanted.
Let me think. Go for a really bright yellow. That'll do.
Fun.
He said he had to be colour coordinated. Did they?
He's playing with all the crayons. He's got to choose all the colors. He can't pick a favorite, so he's going to wear them all. It's perfect.
That's true, yeah. So we can have him have grey fronted boots and his shoes. I didn't say that red colour, did I? From before? No. So can I use eyedropper?
I hope so.
And I can't, can I? Oh, I am a twit. Right, let me get this colour if I can.
Oh no! It would be nice if Illustrator did what Fresco does and kind of like maintains a swatch of what you've used so far, because then you could go back to it.
I know, but I have. I've managed to get it back.
Oh, there you go.
So now I can do his shoes red.
Yes, red shoes, classic.
This is called. Go away. Thank you, Dale. Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what, we should have had a green between there. So which green did I do that there? Oh, good guess. But I actually think it should be a darker green where he's... Oh, that's too dark. Darker green. Right. Then let's do... We need a skin colour. Too pink.
Alessandra says she almost panicked because I thought tomorrow was Tuesday because I usually stream on a Monday. Not to worry. There's still one more day of the weekend. Oof. That's a scary thought.
Let's give him pale skin. Oh no, that's awful.
Oh,
it doesn't go with his hair at all.
I'm looking a little unwell.
What's this one?
Oh, no, I don't want this one to play.
That might do, I suppose. I'm not enamoured, but it'll do for now, and then I'll try and find something I like better.
Maybe if he had like kind of more of an orangey hair, like an orangey brown or something.
Oh, it could be ginger.
There you go. All the best ones are.
That's a good point. What about that?
Oh, I like that. There you go.
And his eyebrows as well.
It's funny how, like, as soon as you put in a different color, that's the other thing with color theory. So you put another color against its initial color, it changes everything.
We need to go back to. Oh no, that's not the one. Is this the one?
Dark blue. That's black. That's not dark blue. There we go.
And we need to put in another green. I've missed a bit there. That's the one I can't do. Right.
Did the shape get deleted? Is that how why that happened, or is it just the line just didn't complete it? Why you can't color that one?
Sorry, which one?
The one that you can't color. Did the shape just get deleted somewhere, or do you just not? Like, how come that one
It's
won't
possible.
color?
I don't know. Don't know how I missed that one. I think the fact that I've only missed one out of all of it isn't bad.
It's pretty good.
To be honest. Oh, I've done it again. Edit, undo. Gosh. The times I've nearly coloured this some weird colour. I want to get this red back again. And if I do, I'm going to mess it all up again, aren't I? I really should have added it. Why didn't I? Why doesn't Illustrator keep them when you know, like Photoshop does?
It would be nice because you want to make sure that. Yeah, it'd be nice to go back to them.
And fresco. So if I go back, now I've got it down there. If I go back here, it's back in there. That's good. I can put the red there for his back of his shirt. That's what I'd forgotten. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Oh, I've done it again. I must be driving people mad, keep changing everything to a really horrible colour.
Just so calm under pressure.
There we go. Right, let's do his. He's got nails, but they ought to be a. Can we get away with doing them a sort of paler pink? Yeah, they'll do. Let's face it, it's not supposed to be realistic, is it? So then, what colour shall I do his big pencil people?
What color do we want, everybody? Bright yellow one? Feels pretty standard, but... Yeah, I've forgotten all the colors. I'm like, there's one you haven't used yet. What are all the colors?
I don't know what colour. Let's do the bit for the pencil there. Sort of that grey. And let's make it what colour do I want? I do actually like the blue, so I'm going to make it another blue crayon, actually.
I was going to say maybe like a brighter blue, different from the house almost, and different from his jeans.
That's true, yes. So, you'd have thought I'd be stuck for colours. What colour have we got? We've got orange, we've got pink. I didn't really want to do green because there's so much green, but maybe we do a green.
You could do like a teal, like between a blue and a green.
Oh, yeah. Could do, couldn't we? What about... We have got a purple, but not a purple. Oh, what about that? No, we've got that. What about... I think I haven't got to worry about this looking like it fits. I'm going to give him a pink crayon. Who cares? We can have another pink crayon, can't we?
Why not?
Or, one, two, three. And we'll give it a really brighter colour. Going down the side, we'll put in a yellow on this one. Oh yeah, that'll do nicely.
Nice.
Are you nearly done?
Don't
look at yours.
I'll zoom out. Look at her go. Adding some pencil crayon now. I like the watercolor in the back. That's fun. Came together nicely.
You can get 2 more different styles.
Yeah. That's what I like about this, is it's so fun. And that's what I like about the face cards just in general. Just kind of what everybody's come up with has been so different. Or like they kind of complement each other nicely, which is a lot of fun. I like it. So fun.
Right, over there, I'm going to do another. I'm going to still have a brown roof. And this is going to be another orange pencil house.
Cute. I love the pencil house idea.
Orange, 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 orange. And in between it'll be yellow, yellow. When I was drawing these, I thought they were rather like hobbit houses.
Cute. Yeah, they get that vibe for sure. It's so cute. It's such a good idea. There's so much happening. It's so fun. Whoops.
And then we want, I'll do the outline of the door in the same brown as the roof. And he will have over there a plum coloured door. No, I don't like that. It's not right. It have a blue door. Oh yes, he's got to have a blue door.
Oh, magic. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, I just noticed the little air balloon in the background too. There's so much happening. It's so fun.
There's everything.
You've got everything happening in here. I love it. That's what I really like about a piece too, when you kind of do something like this. I have those little things that you have to look at the piece longer to find. So that's usually why I throw little extra bits where I can into a piece, because I like to look at something a long time and just really discover it as I go through. I don't want to be finished in 10 seconds.
Okay. And then
You're gonna wait,
a dark green again. Oh, that's too dark. Do that. And then we need another green. What's this one?
buddy. I need you to help me here.
I don't really could use that.
Oh, nuts.
And then I need another one in there, like that.
We have.
That's pretty good. That could be that colour. And these ones at the back. Like so. And then we want, because they're sort of further away, they're supposed to be saturated. There we go. I'm nearly done.
You go. Fill the whole space.
I've forgotten the chimney. Supposed to be blue. There we go. And so I've got these trees down here now. So we need a nice green for the tree. We could do that. And we'll put a darker colour at the bottom, alright? And then the one next to it can be that colour. No, it's too dark. Let's make it that colour. That colour there will make really bright in between. Oh yes. That green is too dark though. So let's do that and then just do the odd bit on top like so. That'll do. And then we need green there. A bit dark. Oh, it's coming together. Green. Great. And that one on the side we will make maybe too dark. What's this one? That's the same, so I don't want that one. What's this one? Too much same. Let's try this. Oh, that's the one.
There we go. I love it.
Oh, we've got somebody banning us on Twitch.
I keep forgetting how to get rid of them. I was trying to do this thing, get rid of them a second ago.
You should go to your mod view.
Oh, okay.
Click your chat settings. Oh no, there's mod view. Oh, I won't have it, will I? Because I'm not a mod.
Oh, that's how it is. Should set that.
And then you can delete them.
Okay, there we go. Mod view. Okay. They keep popping up. Sillies. Where did he go? Now I can't even see the chat. I don't even know what's happening here.
Right. Let's do the balloon. And the balloon, I think, has got to be orange, yellow, blue, and pink. Oh, excellent. I really do rather love this.
It's so good.
Brown.
So bright and fun. I love it.
And then I've just got the bee. What colour are bees? They're black, aren't they?
Black and yellow, yeah.
A moment. So we'll have to use the dark colour. Oh, hell. Undo.
Sorry, I'm in blocking your view here.
Hang on, what colour are bees? Are they black with yellow stripes? They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Black with yellow stripes. How can I suddenly have no idea what colour bees are?
Sometimes it just makes you wonder. Now I've lost the chat entirely. I don't know what's going on. Alright, ignore the bot, guys. I've lost the full Twitch chat. Don't know why that happened.
You've lost it?
It's like it wiped out the whole chat. So, I hope you guys can still talk. I hope I didn't do something dumb. Can you... I'm going to try.
I'll test it.
Can you see now? Yeah, so we're both there.
Yeah,
I don't know what it did with the original chat. I hope you can all chat in there, guys. Don't know what happened there. Took out the bot, but I took everybody else out at the same time. Yikes.
Now, because the rest of the shapes aren't closed shapes, I can't actually do any more with the live paint. So if I was finishing this off, I would now do it with, I would draw the rest of the colours in shapes now.
Sure.
Shall we carry on? Shall I see if I can get it finished?
Yeah, let's see if we can fill it up with colour. Let's see what we can do.
Right, let's draw then. First of all, we'll put a new layer underneath because that would be the easiest thing than trying to get everything in the same order. And we'll call this extra colour. And then we'll use our can use anything. I'll use the pen tool for this. And we'll draw a shape. Now we need a green, so let's pick. It won't really matter. We could just edit.
Keep blocking you.
Undo.
All right.
Keep doing that, picking the wrong colour. So let's go into here and just draw a shape. And it'll go behind, hopefully, everything else. Except it isn't. So let's... Let's move it down a layer. There we go. And now I can... Now what's wrong? Of course. This thing, when you've changed things, you can't remember what you've done. And you're wondering what's wrong. I couldn't see my anchor points because, of course, I turned them off, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
While we were doing paint. So we need a colour there that matches, and it isn't that one. So let's see. No.
The turning off of the anchor points is usually something I will do by accident. As I said, I'm a shortcuts person, but if I'm going too quick, I'll turn off accident, like, I did something. What did I click? What did I push? How do I undo? Don't worry about it. Umo says, how have I not been following Erin on Twitch so far? And I said, don't worry. I think I just started following you on Twitch as well, Umo. Like, I'm still catching up on following everybody from the Behance Bash, so not to worry.
That seems ages ago, doesn't it?
It does. I found the video not long ago. I was going through and I saw I think I was going through just some of my YouTube streams and things, and then Dan's stream came up, the full bash. Yeah, it feels like forever ago, but it was just December. Madness. Keys is here. Oh my goodness gracious. Welcome to the stream, Keys.
Hi, Keys.
That was a fun day, though. That was a lot of fun, that bash all day long.
It was.
That was a good day.
It's weird. Why does that look like I've used a green? Oh. Of course, it wants to go behind chain. And this one wants to go back to being that yellow. Okay. Right, so this one, which is that. Oh, right. Maybe I won't do a sky as such because I'd have to change everything. So instead, we'll make little shapes for the clouds.
Uma's asking whose idea was that?
Jade.
Was that?
I have no idea, Unicorn. I don't know who came up with that idea of the / bash. Do you know, Erin?
I can't remember. I feel like it came up in a group chat somewhere on maybe Dan's Discord, or maybe in a stream. Maybe it wasn't Dan's stream. Someone was chatting. I can't remember where the original idea came from, but it sounds like a fabulous idea. I feel like your name was tied to it.
It was me.
It was
It
you?
was my idea.
I was like, it
My
sounds like your
unicorn.
idea.
Yeah, it was me, I'm afraid.
That's amazing. No,
I said somewhere that we should do one. And I said, no, you can, I'm claiming that idea for the first time because I never have any good ideas.
No, I was gonna say it sounds like something that you would say, like for sure. So that I'm glad that you're getting the credit for it because it was a fun day. Like I feel like we should do like maybe an anniversary session in December with everybody again.
I did say actually, back on our little thing, that maybe we ought to do one for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Or so. So actually, we ought to do a summer one.
Oh, we should. That would be so good because that's what I'm trying to do with these is have at least like one person hanging out with me in that. But I know Odari's been really interested in doing this more regularly, these dual streams and stuff, and a few other people have mentioned it as well. So yes, we should definitely set up a summer one. That would be freaking awesome. Who's in? Who wants to play?
Yeah, I should think about getting us organised again. Give everybody the idea, tell you to all go and organise it, and then just step back. Just like I did last time.
But hey, the people with the skills, as I know, like because Uma says, yeah, Dan volunteered to set it up and help out but he was the like OBS like guru and was able to set up all that stuff. That was out of my realm at that time, so
it wouldn't have worked without Dan. He did. Oh, no. He was the driving force. I had the idea, and then unfortunately, I was actually ill.
Oh.
So that's why I sort of stepped back, and in fact, I didn't know if I'd even actually managed to turn up for my stint on the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it worked out in the end, and Dan was just a powerhouse.
Oh gosh,
he just sort of ran with it. He was off.
Oh, and he was on all day. Like it was 8 hours or so. Like I jumped in the middle. I watched the whole thing. My participation was just a little bit in the middle. He was there all day. Yeah, Powerhouse is amazing. What?
Okay. But yeah, we should do one for summer.
Yes.
Right, unite those. Then let's cut the bottom off. And 3.
No, we should
minus front. Oh, excellent. Now let's see, because we don't want all the clouds to have the same colour, because that would be boring, wouldn't it? So let's do that. And I haven't got the colour. Window, colour, window, colour. Let's take the tint down. Make it pale blue. Let's take this one down. Make that a bit paler. That looks a little bit better. Oh, is the connection a bit dicky?
My internet had a bit of a freak out, but I think we're still here. My whole computer had a second. I think I'm asking too much. But we're good here now, I think. Everybody seems to think we're back. I'm blocking Jane again. Where's my YouTube link? There we go. Okay.
So, what else would I have to do? I filled in the bit. Do the trees at the bottom here. Oh no, I can't, can I? That won't work. I'm going to have to sort that out after. Right, I'm going to say that's done for now.
Let's see.
I think that's not bad.
How fun! See, that's so great. I love that so much. All right, I'm going to save mine so nothing freaks out and gets lost. Okay, definitely having...
I wouldn't mind doing another version, I think, in different... I like the hills, sort of.
I like that you kind of have that kind of atmospheric perspective situation happening. That's perfect. Because it's lighter as you go back. That's so fun.
It's supposed to be, I think, less saturated, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've actually got the greens the wrong sort of colour. But never mind, I don't care. It works.
And it looks so much
It
fun.
works.
I like it.
So the other thing that I thought I could work on while you're still colouring yours, because yours looks nice,
Thank you.
is I am relatively known for my funny little pop-ups on my stream.
Yes.
And I thought, I could play them while we're on here, but I can't, of course, because I'm not on OBS. Well, I am, but only my face is, and they won't fit that.
Do you have the animations? Can you play them like on your screen outside of OBS? Or
couldn't I? Yeah.
Because they're super fun.
Right. In my stream, I've got some pop-ups. One of them is called, well, I'll play it you. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's
In
go.
fact, I'll move that over here, so I can't see anything of you or anything now. So imagine this is us on the stream, and I say, no, I'm not doing that. And I say, not on your Nelly. This is what plays. No.
Why didn't she play? Where's Nelly?
No, not. Oh, sorry. That's only the what's it? That's only the voice. We need the actual thing, don't we? Where is it then? Have fun. No. Well, that's just marvellous, isn't it?
I love technology.
It's supposed to be that, isn't it? No, not on your. Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
But for some reason, it's not opening. No. Right, it's not opening from Bridge. Right, okay, let's try something else and see if it'll open from this. Isn't it marvellous technology?
It's
Bridge didn't want to open it unless it's. Haha! No, not on your Nelly. Oh, they can't play it. Right, okay. All right, in that case, I'll have to play it in Bridge then.
Alright.
And what we'll do is we'll make this bigger so you can see it. So I've just said blah blah blah. I'm not doing that. Not on your Nelly, I say. And this is what pops up. No, not on your Nelly.
I love it. They came together so well.
No, not on your Nelly. Oh, right, she's going to keep going, so we'll stop her. And then there's another one that's another good British saying, which is, and I could have said it when I finished this, which is, right, that's done, Bob's your uncle. Which means I've done a good job, or I'm happy with that, that will do. So we have now got, are you ready?
Yep. That's awesome.
Is that not the one with the sound?
That's so fun. Oh my gosh.
That's supposed to have my husband on it.
Oh.
Oh, here it is. Sorry. This is the one we want. Ready?
Yep.
Bob's your uncle.
I love it so much because I think I saw you doing the vector for this. I have not seen the finished animation. This is fantastic.
So that's I got Ian to do that.
Oh, so fun. I love when the family members play along too. I like that too. They help the thing. So fun. Well, on these streams, I've been asking people. I'm going to put you on the spot because it's creative jams and for creative people. Do you have any advice for aspiring creative humans of any sort?
Moving swiftly on.
Cut this.
Have I got any advice? I don't know that I have because see, well, at least not necessarily for people where it might be a career, because I've never had a career in it. I suppose I am still a hobbyist.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're creative, there's always the pull to make something, isn't there? It doesn't matter whether it's art. It can be writing, it can be stitching, it can be baking, it can be gardening, it can be dressmaking. Whatever it is, you'll think, I'm not going to do that anymore, or I shouldn't be doing that. There's better things I should be doing, or I should spend more time doing something else. But the one thing I've noticed lately is that a lot of the time, when you've got a hobby, the first thing somebody will say to you is, you could sell that.
Mm-hmm.
You could set up an Etsy, you could do this, you could do that. Not just, that's really good, you enjoy doing it. The first thing is, we're talking about how we can use, that horrible phrase, monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've fallen into that trap. And I don't know if do you find yourself the same? You won't just mess about making something, because at the back of your mind, you're thinking, I've got to have something proficient that I can show for the time that I've spent.
Yeah. Like a final piece that someone's going to want at their house or something, rather than just, I learned something from this mess I just made.
Or even just, even what you call it, this is my rough sketchbook, but even somehow that's got to be really bang on.
Right.
Hasn't it? And so then, on the other hand, I know artists that we've seen on social media who swear by the fact that all they did was they drew every day and they posted it on Instagram or wherever, no matter what, whether it looked good or whatever, a drawing every day for a year or longer. There's one lady on Instagram, I don't know if she might be British actually, I'm sure she is, who does a daily drawing. And this last year or so, she's been doing hedgerows in Britain.
Okay.
And she just goes out with her paints and does a hedgerow, what she sees in front of her, even in winter.
Wow.
And she's done, the last time I looked, which was a few months ago, she'd done over 500 drawings.
Wow.
She'd done it every day, no matter what.
Wow.
Now that's dedication.
Definitely.
But that's because she has to do it. She feels that pull.
Mm-hmm.
I think more often than not, we talk ourselves out of it. We look round at what everybody else is doing, and because it looks so perfect, we think we can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the times that I've not done a live stream because I think what I'm going to show is rubbish. And I still think I'm rubbish. I mean, one of the other things I'm supposed to say, I'm an Adobe community expert. I forgot that bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can tell people how to use the programs and I can encourage creativity. But I don't feel particularly expert. The only thing I'm expert in is not giving up. I just keep going, and I try and learn something. But in the end, I have to keep reminding myself to do it for me, which is going to lead in very well to the really awful piece that I'm about to make. And this came from a discussion I was having with somebody about Adobe Express. And I said, as a very British person, this workflow is bonkers. No, means this is absolutely crazy. You'd say bananas, Americans would. I presume Canadians might. But whatever your word is for absolutely mad.
Yeah.
We'd say, we used to say before we became Americanized, we'd say bonkers.
Love it.
And So last night, actually, I did this. I was just messing around with the pencil tool, and I've broken every rule there is. You can't really read it that well. They're not fonts, they're my handwriting. And I remember when I was doing digital scrapbooking and graphic design, they say about sticking to no more than 2, maybe 3 fonts in a design. So I've got 4, you know.
Yes.
Then the letters and your lines, and so that it all flows together. So I've got mine on top of each other, because the whole idea of it is that the whole thing is bonkers. And not only that, it's going to actually have, hopefully, if I can bring myself to do it, a terrible colour palette. It's going to clash. And now I think it needs some sort of really terrible border. That when it comes up on the screen, you go, oh my eyes.
I love it.
And then you have me doing, just like with Nellie and Bob, or maybe, it depends, I might see if Mr. Jane, as we call him on screen, can come up with a good sound of saying this workflow is bonkers, or it might be me again. So that's where I've got to with this. I did this last night. So it's about colours and what sort of border. Now, initially in my head, it was a bit like the American signs you see for diners, with the arrows and the lights, the dots, the circles, as if it all lights up, and
yeah.
Do you know the sort of thing I mean?
Like a neon
but
sign,
I thought, I can't do that because that's American and I'm not American.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I want it to be like the rest of what I've done, really typically British.
Yes.
Which is, understated. So I'm stuck. I don't know what sort of border, other than maybe, or maybe it does have one and it's just the colours. I don't know.
Yeah, you could have the fonts work out kind of like your Bob's the Uncle one, but have like each one kind of 3D, one kind of not, one flat. Again, continue breaking all of the rules. Put a tangent in there somewhere.
Yeah, we could have a 3D, couldn't we?
Play with some of the 3D embossing features. Oh, Antoine's here saying hello. He's here from Paris.
Oh, who's Proxy?
That's Antoine Proxy. Joins us from music.
Hello, bonjour.
Saturday night in Paris. That sounds like a good time, actually. Yes, I will continue to stream on Monday as well, Proxy. We have a special bonus stream today because the lovely Lady Jane wanted to join me. I was able to join me, so we did an extra bonus stream because I stream very late at her time.
And I coloured this.
Yes. Look at that magic. This is one of her halves of the face cards that we are working on, and I am so stoked with this. Look at how brightly colorful it is. I love it. Oh my goodness. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited for your bonkers workflow. This is going to be so fun. Keep breaking all the rules. You should find any design rule that you're supposed to follow and break it, because you have 4 fonts already. It's already busted.
I'm just wondering which one of these would look better in 3D. I suppose bonkers would look quite good.
Yeah, because if you had it come up later, like pop up late.
Yeah, it would. So if we copy bonkers, hang on, I've grouped it all, have I? Yeah, I have. So which one is bonkers? Is it all grouped? Did I group bonkers on its own? No, that's this. There it is. There's bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hold down Alt and make a copy of it. And then let's move it down here. And what colour would I make it? It's got to be something awful, really. So let's say we'll go for purple. Oh, I'm missing the top of the E, look. How did I manage that?
Where'd he go?
So I need to get a copy of the E. Why is my Illustrator just lately? Right, grab that, hold down Alt, drag it down, put it there, and change its colour. There we go. That's called cheating. And put
Nothing
that
happened.
onto this layer. Right. So that's all strokes. So I don't know that 3D will like doing strokes. You can see, but it might be that I ought to make this.
Ooh! Look at that.
Well, we'll go with strokes as a possibility. Let's do Control H to hide. That's actually not bad.
I didn't know that was going to work. Good job, Illustrator. That's awesome. I love
What happens if we do inflate? Does inflate work?
I'm not sure.
Are we still...
It's still buffering.
Hang on, let's do edit, undo. Let's go back. Inflate.
Oh, it's doing something.
Inflate doesn't give me anything. How odd. Revolve. Extrude. Oh, no, it's not working. Oh!
It's doing something.
It did work.
It's just not as dramatic.
I haven't got any controls.
Oh.
So I wonder if that is I wonder if that is because they are strokes. Right, let's try again. Oh, I know what might be the problem. It might prefer everything to still be in the group. Now let's try again. It was because one line was outside of the group. That's what it didn't seem to like. So this is inflate, but because it's a stroke, I don't know that I like that. Revolve or send it. Oh, well, we're not using that.
I can't read it. I don't know what it says.
I like extrude. So let's make it a bit bigger. And we could do. Right, if we make that bigger, and then we put a taper.
Whoa.
Now you could see that coming out in animation, couldn't you?
That would be so fun.
Right,
it's really
so
bonkers.
We've got that then. So then what we need is lighting. And we've got standard, diffuse. That's not bad. I wouldn't mind it being dark behind like that, actually.
Keeps the word really legible for sure.
We can make it a bit brighter at the front. Colour. Let's make it intense. We could put another light on if I wanted. But let's have a look at materials, because we could also stick something really weird on it.
These are all basic tools in Illustrator too, by the way, everybody. So if you don't know that these are there, go play with them because it's so much fun.
Right, that's not readable. I quite like that.
That's pretty cool. It's
The
like
thing is, you
stone.
can go down a rabbit hole, can't you? Just testing everything.
Oh, for sure.
What's this one? Frowned dash stucco.
Interesting.
Smooth lace trowel stucco. I have no idea what that is. Handmade rice paper. Wallpaper wireframe pattern. Yeah, well, can't read it. It's still got to be readable, that's the thing.
That's, yeah.
We could be, I mean, have we got any Americans in? I might offend somebody. We could, of course, do a Trump and make it gold.
Make it gold.
Because he likes everything gold, doesn't he?
All the gold things.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
No, the door was right there. You had to go through it. Don't worry about it. Because, yeah, you want it to be legible. And then also because I suspect you'd probably be having this kind of small while you're streaming as well, right? So you want to make sure it's legible at a tiny size as well, right?
I don't know if I might just stick with default though, because then I can do colours.
Yes.
And I could change the colours. What's graphics? Oh, you can add things on it. I forgot about that. You can actually, I don't know where these are from. I mean, I must have put these here, but I've got no idea when.
Where did these come from?
What's this Gerberer? Just stick that on.
Oh, look how cute. Oh, it's like a texture almost. Huh.
I don't know what you do with that then, to be honest.
Where did it come from?
Right, so we could say that this one is definitely going to be 3D with a taper, so that in After Effects I can have it literally coming out at us. I think that would be absolutely brilliant.
So fun. And then maybe like if you had some other things, like I'm just trying to picture something like bad air quotes design and being like have them come from different angles or something like that, like the other words or something, just to make it just kind of like how bonkers it could possibly be. So much fun.
Then the rest of it, I've got to remember I put it. Why did I put it all in a group? I don't normally do that. I'm not normally so. What's this line then? Oh, that's the S that I was missing. Right, so let's put those two in the lettering group for bonkers. Right, so that's all together now. So now I just want these three. Hold down Alt again. Drag them onto this new layer. And let's move these down. So, how would we do it? You'd have, well, I know what I can do. With the workflow, that is actually all one stroke.
Ooh.
So in After Effects, actually, it's very, not well, if I can remember how to do it, it is possible to do the write on effect, it's called, where it could literally look as though I'm writing it.
Ooh, fun.
So I could do that with those.
That's so
So
fun.
that's definitely a thing. And then this, well, that's just got to be big and blocky, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just thump right in there.
And then I think we'll have. I don't know whether I might just go for basic shapes like circles and diamonds and triangles and just have them, like say, pop in all over the place.
Yeah. Just emphasize the bonkersness of it. It sounds like a future live stream on your end for sure. So if anybody's watching, keep an eye out because Jay's probably going to be working on this in the near future. Or have it on her screen.
On Monday night, if I possibly.
Excellent.
It might be the only thing I do for the next month. It'll probably take me that long to get there. Or what will often happen is I start off and then I mess with it that much that I don't like it anymore.
Well, hopefully not, because I think this has got lots of wicked
So,
potential.
I mean, that Bob's Your Uncle, that, you know, that folder I showed you earlier, that completed work, it had been sat in there a year.
Oh.
And I didn't like it.
Oh.
And then suddenly it sort of all came together. But I reckon that's what I'll do. And this will be a hideous shade of purple. Or what I might do is, before I take it into 3D, is colour the letters so that it's actually different colours.
Nice.
So I'm thinking hideous purpley colours. Workflow I might have in a really bright neon. That's what we need. We need a neon effect. That'd be even better.
Have it right in, but as a neon effect.
Something in the here has got to have a neon effect. Yes. And then once it's all up on the screen, it's got to jittery flicker, you know, like as if it's not working.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I know, it's a shame I can't do it in the next 3 minutes or so, isn't it?
Jeez, come on, Jane, let's go. But actually, that's a good segue, because you stream on Mondays and Fridays. Is that correct?
Yeah, Mondays at the moment is 8 p.m. at night UK time. So at the moment that's BST, which for you is 3 p.m.
3. So that'd be 3 p.m. EST.
And then I have actually just put into my Twitch schedule and made it a firm commitment. We do a working lunch on Fridays at 12 noon my time, which would be 7 a.m.
7 a.m. here, yes. So good. I can have my breakfast while you're having your lunch, and we can art together.
Yeah. I called it working. I was trying to come up with names, but it's not easy, is it?
It's hard.
Or something that would interest people. Because I don't necessarily think that I am that interesting to watch.
I completely disagree. I will vouch for Jane's stream. Her voice is so soothing and relaxing. You saw her get frustrated earlier, and the cool, calm, collected just stayed there. And it's like that the whole time when you watch her stream. It's very soothing, I find. If I'm working from home and I can sit and listen to it while I'm working, it's just very relaxing to watch your stream. So, Meditations with Jane. There you go. We'll do that.
Thank you. And I wasn't looking for compliments, but I do. I mean, I don't. Do you? Every time you sit down and you think I'm going to stream, do you actually battle yourself to do it? Because I do. Even up to the minute I press that start streaming, I could talk myself out of it.
I think because the stream, like the Monday stream that I do, is my 1 hour of guaranteed for sure art. Like I try and make sure I'm arting at least a little bit every day. But because the stream, people are expecting it, and that kind of keeps me on track for it. But sometimes what I'm going to do will be a game time decision. And the fear that you mentioned earlier of it just like going completely sideways and not going well is there the whole time, for sure. Like I did a stream on the anniversary of the tarot cards being started, and I would categorize it as just a disaster because I had no plan. And it didn't go the way I wanted it to. And it was just kind of a mess. But luckily, most of the people who join in are pretty encouraging, and it shows we're human too, I guess, that we fail now and again too.
Uma says she agrees, very relaxing even when Jane gets frustrated. Well, Uma's the same. When she gets frustrated, she's really quite laid back about it. It's just like, oh, why is this working? Yeah.
I just picture hands on a waist like, oh, why is this over? But there's no table flipping. Both of you are just calm and collected. You both have it together. It's so nice.
I'm thinking, a lot of people, I mean, wherever you look on the internet, it's full of advice, from people telling you how to run a business, monetize your hobbies. You've got to be creative every day. Set aside 5 minutes, set aside 10 minutes, do 15 minutes. In the end, I think you've got to try and find the thing that works for you. I'm still trying to find it. I don't think I've found my groove yet. as in what works consistently. I don't. Who was the person who said the quote that inspiration doesn't just strike? You've got to be working for it to turn up. It was some artist, was it? Was it Picasso or somebody?
Something like that. Yeah.
Although he was a bit problematic, but. And I think that is true, because I get to the point where I won't open Illustrator or Photoshop or anything because I haven't got an idea.
Right.
So then a few days might go by. But then I find that when I do get the idea, because I haven't done anything for a few days, I'm actually, it isn't that I don't know how to do the things, I've still got most of the skills, but somehow it all goes a bit bonkers. And I feel like I'm rusty and I can't quite get going.
Right.
And this last week, I literally have done, I thought I'll open it and I'll do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and I've done it every day, and I've done more than 5 minutes every day. And like I say, last night I ended up staying up till midnight, which was wrong. But because I hadn't, I was messing around with this. And I don't think that would have happened if I hadn't left Illustrator open in the background.
Right.
And I suppose the only other thing, when I think, if we think about the world at the moment, there is so much vying for our attention.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things need our attention. And a lot of people work very long hours and don't have a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I read all this good advice about find your 5 minutes, find your 10 minutes, for some people that can almost seem impossible.
Yeah.
And in some ways I'm very lucky that I happen to be disabled and I don't have to work. I have different limitations in that I can only sit up for so many hours a day.
Right.
And I can't fit everything that I want to do into those hours, right. So I have to choose. So the limitations might be similar, but for different reasons. But I think you have to try and find that one bit of time for yourself, because otherwise, with everything else is going on, it'll drive us bonkers, literally.
Bonkers, exactly. No, I completely agree. Having that kind of balance is key. And I find I'm tweaking my schedule on a regular basis as well. Does a little bit of art before work better, or is it after work, or is it after dinner, or do I do it before? Like, just kind of finding that room for it. But then, like you said, everything else needs attention. You've got to do a workout in the day, or you got to cook dinner, or you have to plan to cook dinner and do the groceries for that plan for dinner, and everything else.
Pay the credit cards.
Oh my gosh!
Wasn't it you were talking about that book? We Need Your Art.
Yes. Yeah, I have it actually here. I had it right here. Just give me 1 second. I'll bring it up. You stay. You need to wait. Yeah, right here.
Amy and I were talking about this. I think she's British. Amy McNee, We Need Your Art.
Yeah.
And I've got a Kindle version of it. And I've only read the first bit because I'm actually doing the exercises.
Good idea.
Instead of reading them. Woo, go me.
Good for you. I should do that.
And she says that it can seem completely irrational to say make art with the state of the world that it is, or that the world needs our art. And she says, art in whatever form. It doesn't have to be art like we make. It can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not often I get behind things like that, but she's right.
Yeah.
She's absolutely right. And, even over here, they don't value the arts. They say they do,
mm-hmm.
But if we look round at courses and classes and stuff, I mean, all the art that I did, I learned after school.
Mm.
It isn't seen as something to just do, is it? Even though we've got things that are popular, like the Great Pottery Throwdown,
Okay.
which will show all about people who are potters. They go to a place, Stoke-on-Trent, which was the home of Wedgwood and places, and they build things from clay.
Amazing.
And it's a competition. And apparently Ian loves it. He watches that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And then you've got on the Sky, we've had Portrait Artist of the Year, Landscape Artist of the Year. You've got, there's a new one, Design Interior Challenge.
Okay.
The Great British Bake Off.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, so we do value it in some ways. And yet, where do they think all these people get the urge to do it from? Somebody's encouraged them at some stage.
Right.
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
Is the word.
But yeah, I think I find Amy McNee, if you're on Instagram, she's on Instagram and her account is amazing. It's how I found her in the first place. And I don't know if I can't remember what her thing is. Inspired to Write is her username. And she has little videos and things that I suspect are very similar to some of the input that she's got here. But yeah, just like, it's calling you to create. Just go make the thing. Just go do the thing. Don't worry about everybody else and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm eager to dig into this. I haven't gotten too far into it, but doing the exercises is a great idea. I'm going to do that. So yeah, no, I think that's a great piece of advice, Jane. And I think it's very interesting to have a perspective like yours on this stream as well, because everybody does come from a different background. Everybody does practice differently. Everybody does kind of do this in a different way. And taking the other humans out of it is kind of something that I struggle with, but would like to be better. Just like, I would like to make this just for me today. I don't care what other people will think. I will just make it for me. And that's kind of a good way to be, I think, for sure. Oh my gosh. So everybody, if you want to catch more of Jane's streams, she's available on Mondays and Fridays on Twitch. So check that out. And some of her other videos are also available on YouTube. So check those out.
Oh yeah, Adobe Express. I must work out what to do with YouTube.
Well, we can talk about, do you stream right from OBS? Do you stream through Restream?
OBS.
Mm-hmm. Because I use Restream, and I think you can you can stream through two things there. We can talk about this on the side.
Oh, I can do it with OBS. I know how to do it. I think I've even managed to do a test stream once. My problem is I don't know. I don't like putting myself out there. This is the problem. It's like, Uma's got a Discord. She announces when she's going live, and it lets people know. And I appreciate that, because sometimes I might forget or whatever. You let people know. I literally have to force myself to say, I'm going live. It's like going into a room full of people and just whispering at the door, I'm going live now. And then running out in case somebody hears you. I just find it, I don't know why.
I think
my parents would be ashamed of me, because I was never this reticent.
I think it's...
So I've got to get better at that. I'm going live and I'm worth coming to watch.
Come hang out with me. Do it. No, it's funny because like the past couple of years has been me really pushing my art out there, and it's really hard. Because I think a lot of artists are also introverts at the same time. So it's hard to be... So when people are asking me what I'm up to, I have to force myself to be like, I am drawing my own tarot deck. I have color your own bookmarks to sell to people. I have to like talk about that kind of stuff, because normally they'd be like, I'm good. I'm reading a good book. I like, thanks so much. Stop looking at me. Go talk to somebody else now. Don't look at me. Look over there. So it's not in our nature to do it. So it's just kind of like, there is kind of a degree of like, oh, what if I put this out and no one comes to watch? What if no one comes to watch? I did art for an hour, and that's good for me, and it's okay. But I totally understand the mental struggle with all of this. So it's
Amy North said, I haven't read it actually, but there's a post by her on her Substack. She did an art show and nobody bought it. She didn't sell anything. And I think it says, I did an art show and I didn't sell anything, but it's okay. I think that's what the title was.
nice.
But I really must read it. So it really shouldn't matter, should it? Uma's telling me off. She says that's why she keeps missing my streams because I don't announce it.
Oh dear.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know where to announce it. That's half the problem.
Yeah, I think it's hard.
I had a really hard time even telling people I was coming on your stream. I did manage it and I showed off your little thing in my streams, but it's just really hard. It really is. And if something crops up that means I can't do it, I think, oh, what a relief. And yeah, when I've done a stream, I'm usually relatively happy that I've done it. And in the end, what does it matter if I make a mess or people go away and think, well, that was a waste of time?
Right. Yep.
An art show. Oh, an art show. You would. Oh, you want to do a proper in-person art show in there?
That would be amazing. I would love to do one too, but as she says as well, you need to get cracking on the actual work. Everything I'm doing is digital right now, which I'm sure would be fine. But I want to do like a big art show. But, I need about 5 more hours in a day. That's really what I need first. Then we can do it.
I have done an art show. I have 3 pieces that I designed cross-stitch. Went all the way to Australia for an art exhibition. I've forgotten all about that.
That's amazing. I told Jane on Friday when we were doing our test stream that she should write a book because I would be down to read that book for sure. You've told the best stories so far. I love it. You drop these little tidbits of like, oh yeah, I did this really awesome art show. That's awesome. That's so good for you.
Well, I didn't actually say it, but yeah, I did. We did. I sent off 3 pieces. They were custom. They were custom ordered. I'd forgotten that I'd done that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See?
I think I would do. You're right. A proper, like a gallery. Yeah. I could. Without, Ian says without her though.
I don't want to go to it.
And drink champagne in there. I would.
Yeah, there you go. We can do it together.
I'd do an art show. I would actually quite like that.
That would be so much fun. It would be interesting. Oh, I think I feel it percolating.
I'll do one in my own room here. I'll get some more of those photo tile things and I'll put them on.
Yes.
And I can say, I've done a gallery show.
You should. I would support that. See? That's just any little thing to get you going. See, I feel your brain percolating right now. I feel ideas coming. New projects. Gallery by Jane. The Jane Bradbury.
Yeah.
I'd go.
It's a thing there isn't a way of, I don't know. Do you not feel that, we're doing these little bits of collaboration, but do you not feel that on the whole collaboration has been a bit hit and miss? At the moment, it's like everybody feels so scattered and we're all subscribing to each other in different places that somehow we're not cohesive.
Yeah. Like, that's what I liked about the Behance community was that everybody felt kind of like in one place, kind of a common spot and kind of like common goals and things. And it does feel a little scattered right now. That's why I wanted to do these streams is to like, remember Jane, go watch her stream. I know I'm going to stream with some other people soon. Just like, look, all these things, we're all here together. Like just trying to find a way to get us grouped again.
I think my problem was mostly I've got the enthusiasm to do that. It's that I get waylaid by some sort of illness that then takes me 6 months to get better.
No.
So I was thinking about that today. I was ill last October And it's actually only now, when I think about it, this last 3 or 4 weeks, that I've had any ability to say I could do that next week because I think I will still be all right. It's taken that long for me to get back to where I thought, I was. And I think that's what stopped me saying, right, well, yeah, I want to, because I said I would invite people onto my streams.
Yes.
Because I was quite happy to do that. And I've not managed it because I couldn't even say when I was turning up on my own stream that I don't have somebody else.
Totally fair. Yeah.
So hopefully maybe I could get back to doing that. And if I don't get waylaid again this autumn, it'll carry on. It would be nice.
Yeah.
So you can come on my stream.
I would love that.
I can have all the technical difficulties. I cannot talk with this false tooth in. My tongue keeps getting caught. How can I wear these things?
Oh my
I
gosh.
should just let it out.
Not to worry. But no, I would totally love to come on your stream. So when you're ready, you let me know and I will be there for it for sure. And we watch it. But I want to thank you very much for joining me today. This was so much fun. So go check out Jane's streams when she's on. I will be back again on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably maybe face cards. I don't know. We'll do something exciting for sure. But yeah, so thank you everybody who was here. I know Uma, Alessandra, Oliver, Antoine. Oh, I hate when I start doing this and I'm going to miss somebody. Everybody, Keys is here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And thank you again, Jane. I really appreciate this. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Talk soon, everybody. Bye.
Bye.